How y'all doing? I can barely see you all because the lights are so bright, but Eric, I enjoyed hearing the introduction, thinking about Joe for a minute. Joe, I don't know if you're in here in the crowd because, like I said, I can't see anybody, but truly an example of leadership, certainly for me early on in a political career. I can remember that moment of you coming up with that idea for the EA reservoir, and it was like a collective breath holding for people that were involved in the issue across the area. Just not believing that somebody had the stones to put something like that forward in the headlines. Dead on arrival, this will never happen. I can remember being in debates about things, and really, to me, as a person very early on in politics at that time, an incredible example of leadership and going out there and demonstrating the way to go out there and fight for your community. So wherever you are out there, I don't know where you are, but thank you for setting a great example. To Everglades Foundation, thank you for the work that you do day in, day out, and I get to see it day in, day out. We have conversations late nights on the weekends. We have conversations early in the mornings on the weekdays. Did you hear that this is what happened? Have you seen this? What can we do about this? You know, they moved this water management district meeting from here to here. I mean, there's constantly things that are going on where it's a demonstration of the depths at which various entities will go to win this fight. And, to see the profiles of many of you out there, from Paul to Jack Lee to Mark Perry back there to my Martin County Commissioners, Charlotte County Commissioners, Outlaws for Clean Water. You guys are outlaws now, right? So, I don't know. We get some new hats made for you, something like that. See how that goes. Send me one of those if you make that hat, would you? Just saying. All right, I'll look for the first one. It's been an incredible fight with you all, but this fight is not anywhere close to over, and I just want to start by outlining the nature of this fight. I wrote some notes down. The nature of this fight is this, and I think this is just clear and straightforward as is. The sugar industry wants the state of Florida, the government, and the U.S. federal government to give them legal control over every drop of water that falls from the sky over our beautiful peninsula from north of Orlando down to the Florida Bay, from the moment it enters Lake Okeechobee to the moment it flows down some canal onto a cane field. That is what their desire is, to have total and complete legal control over every drop of water. And anything that gets in the way of that, that stops that, that prevents that, that utilizes that water for anything other than what they want that water controlled to do, they will fight against at any and all cost. And we've seen the demonstration of what any and all cost means year after year after year. And the fact of the matter is, all of you that are in here today, you are the at all cost. You are the, we don't care what happens to you if we get what we want. You are the result of at all costs. The Everglades, the River of Grass, the Florida Bay, the St. Lucie, the Caloosahatchee, the Lake Worth Lagoon, everybody that fights for the cleanliness of those things, the proper management of those things, you are the ones that are in the crosshairs that will be targeted day in, day out. The sugar industry, hands down, is the largest lobby in the state of Florida, and they are damn near the biggest lobby here in Washington, D.C. To give you an example of the strength that they have the power to get the inflationary sugar subsidies put into the big, beautiful bill. That, to me, is a big problem, but they have the power to get that in there in the last hour, which allows them to have continued access to unlimited funds, unlimited lawyers, unlimited resources to go out there and fight at all costs in the way that they do. Roughly $4 billion a year that it probably costs all of us for them to have their sugar subsidies. They're willing to sue literally over cleaning water. Now, we just won a great decision in the 11th Circuit Court, but the nature of that lawsuit is what should be an indicator to everybody. The fact that they would sue to say, if you clean the water, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, then that means the water can be sent south out of our control into the Everglades. And if you're taking it out of our control, then that's a violation of the Savings Clause because we need to have utter total control of all of this. And so we're going to sue to prevent that. They're going to fight in a way that makes them seem as though they want clean water, because if they work to create higher and higher water quality standards while at the same time allowing more and more phosphorus to move into these waterways, then they're controlling both sides of that coin. They're making so it's more difficult to flow water south, but they're also making the water dirtier, so it's more difficult to get it to the clean level that it needs to be to go to the places that it needs to go. They're working, and they have worked, to get rid of the strongest South Florida Water Management District board members that we've ever had. They've worked to put a rock mine in place where we need land for restoration. The math is very simply this: if they win, restoration loses. That's the math of it. It's not more difficult than that. Because for them, any drop of water that reaches the Everglades is a drop of water that they no longer have control of. Everybody know what an MGY is? Stands for million gallons a year. They don't measure their water in gallons. They measure their water in millions of gallons a year. They control roughly 860,000 million gallons a year. That's the level of control that they have over Florida's waterways. Now, the fact of the matter is, we've proven that we can win. We've proven that we can be successful. We've proven that when we come together in this fight, that we can make a major, substantial difference and get the projects that we need over the finish line. But we can't allow ourselves to become complacent. We can't believe that we can coast over some perceived finish line. Because if we believe that, we will never get to that perceived finish line. The gains that we've fought for and the gains that we've made, they've been incredible. And I truly, my chest goes out with pride and my chin goes up when I think about the way that we've conducted these fights, the places that we've done it, and the success that we've had. Restoring the Kissimmee River, each day moving the EA reservoir further and further and further along, despite the little fights that take place every day and the giant fights that take place every day that try to stop that. Repairing the Herbert Hoover Dike, raising the Tamiami Trail, getting rid of Lourdes 2008, which was detrimental to our waterways, moving to Losum and all the work that was done over the last 5-6 years to bring that to fruition, having that window of time where we did have the most restoration-educated South Florida Water Management District Board, going to different places like Tallahassee to do everything possible to stop Senate Bill 2508, rallying all the troops to get that done. President Trump requesting $446 million this year instead of the $100 million or the $50 million or whatever it was in 2015 and 14 and 13 and before. And we grew our friends, and we grew our advocacy, and we grew our group of fighters to go out there and combat these challenges each and every day. The fact of the matter is this: the closer that we get to achieving our goal of Everglades restoration, of repairing this broken system, the more desperate that the opposition will become. I will guarantee that to you today. Every day going forward. If you think we're getting closer to getting that over the finish line, if you think that we're going to get to that point of 80% done or 70 or 75% done or 85% done and get to that quick, know that they are going to become more and more desperate, as it means they lose more and more control. They will stop at nothing, and we have to be prepared to do the same. And I think that's what this rally needs to be entirely about. Myself, for my part, myself, my staff, we couldn't be more proud than to stand shoulder to shoulder with each and every one of you in this fight. And we will continue to do so each and every day until we can get to the point that we can finally say mission accomplished. Proud to stand with you all. Thanks for letting me speak with you all for just a little bit. Go get them. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.